My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung-Fu Havoc number 2. This is Identity Crisis for Ethnic People, part 3. Let me write this down. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and I have learned so much about myself through my music, and I'm like, okay, so way back in the 90s, like maybe 92, 93, maybe 91. Um, Damn it, now I can't think of the name of the group. Who the fuck were they? Well, anyway, they did Native American chant songs, and it was actually a smashing success. And I can't remember the name of the song, but I used to listen to it all the time. And it was like it wasn't like a movie song. It was more chanting, and it's been in a couple of movies and an episode or two of the Showtime's reboot of The Outer Limits and things like that. And the thing is, since I um, strongly support my Native American heritage, that's why Standing Rock kind of meant a lot to me. And then I'm watching all the things from Narf and other Native American stuff. I try to keep up with that as much as I can because no one else in my family tends to flee that way. They all tend to go to the black side, and we never really go to the white side. And I tend to just ride that middle wave of just being Native American. And I do my research, I was at school today, in the same school that I lost a bet to my boy Inquan Kim, the son of a preacher who's from Korea. Him and I made a bet, because when he first met me, he thought I was half Chinese. And I told him, nah, dude, we don't have any Chinese in us. I'm purely part Native American. Native Americans are from Atlantis. That was some bullshit that I used to believe. I don't know why. Let's just go with it. And so we had this bet, and he said, if I can prove to you that Native Americans are Asian, you do something. I don't know what the fuck it was we had to do. But he won. I lost. God bless it. Anyway, so we get in there, and we have these maps. So we have Native American history, but we have two of them from two different sources. That way they're not exactly the fucking same. And then we have encyclopedias, and then we have a dictionary. So indigenous Native Americans apparently came through Asia, through Russia, to Alaska, splintered out into many different tribes and colors, and became Native Americans. However, when the Native Americans got here, they brought all their stuff with them, their legends, their ways, their traditions, and the closest Asian ethnicity they can closely be linked to Native Americans is technically Mongolians, because they still have some of the riding and shooting feather arrows into things, and they still make their arrows out of wood that's like flimsy or whatever. So when I'm reading these books, I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad by the fucking minute, because I'm thinking to myself, where did I miss this? So I'm going to tell you where I missed it. I missed it because in school, as much attention as I paid, I clearly didn't pay enough attention. As Miss Conrad, we had Native American History Week. And Native American History Week fell in the same week as Black History Month as Chinese New Year. Right? So Chinese New Year's in February. Black History Month was in February. And Native American History Week was in the first week of February. So Miss Conrad had to switch back and forth while she was teaching us. And I appreciate that. Until that damn ass whooping that she caused me to get for these goddamn bars of Dial soap that I cut the fuck up trying to make a damn canoe. Because you're going to be the best canoe carver in the class, James, because you're part Native American. Let me be 1,000% clear here. Right? Being part Native American does not mean you're Native American. It does not mean you have instant Native American gratification and that you can carve canoes out of soap. I learned that by ways of having my ass beat for carving the shit out of canoes out of soap. Okay, I just wanted to get that out there because, a lot of people who are half-breeds, people who aren't half-breeds, assume that it's like a genetic thing that I could just go and carve a canoe out of soap. That's bullshit. I still can't carve a canoe at 44 years old, so I have to find better tools, or I just have to quit. One of the two. I think I'll try a grinder the next time around, if I can find a grinder. Anyway, moving on. So when people who are mixed have identity crisis, it really, it really, it insinuates from how much of their culture they've been exposed to. Okay, so as a child, I was rarely exposed to my Cherokee side, so I kind of relate more because I'm more interested in it. And my black side, I've had to fight to prove that I was black. Then I got tired of that shit, and now it's only a problem when I apply for jobs, and they're like, "Are you sure you're black?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know what damn color I am." You can't lie in an application because that's grounds for firing in a right to work state. So if I put other, they're gonna get pissed off. But if I put black, they still get pissed off. But then they ask me questions like, "Well, yeah, I don't want to get fired. I don't want to lose the chance of keeping the job because you're gonna say I lied on my application." I said, "But you can put other now." I was like, "Man, I was born in '73. Birth certificate says black. I'm black." And this debate will go on until I die or my acting career takes off. And the debate will be simple with whoever gives me the job. They always bring it up. They're like, "Are you sure? Maybe you want to reevaluate your color on your ethnicity." And I'll be honest. They don't come at me wrong or rude about it. They just come at me and be like, "Mr. Williams, we need to talk about your application and your ethnicity." And I'll give them the look that I just gave you, and I'm like, "You're kidding, right? I mean, I know what color I am." And they'll be like, "Yeah, well, you don't really fit the bill of a black person." And I'm gonna tell you, the funniest shit is when they come at you with this, they try to sound as non-threatening or as non-racist as possible. All right, so let's move on to that. How many times has this happened where people come to me and they say, "I don't want to offend you, but I have to know, what are you?" Now, first I'm thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? Because it happens so much that you get your signals crossed. I have long hair, and now like transgender is that new thing. And I used to get mistaken for a chick a lot when I had my longer hair, which is why I cut the shit off. Because I had alcoholics following me from, now it's Greyhound, but it was Trailway. They followed me past the Sacagawea statue and give me all kinds of, "Woohoo, hey baby, we're sleeping together tonight, yeah." And I'm like, "Dude," and I got like the full Roman Reigns beard shit going on. I'm like, "Dude, I'm a man." They're like, "Yeah, sure you're a man." I'm like, "Dude, I do not have a vagina. I am a man." Whatever those guys were drinking, I could use some of that right now. But anyway, you know, when people would say, "What are you?" I assumed they didn't know I was a dude. But then when it got racial, I was like, "Oh, what am I?" And it's like, "Yeah, you mind if I ask you what are you mixed with?" And I like, nah, I'm so used to it, that yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, straight up, I'm half black, half Cherokee, half white. It's like, which one do you relate to? Cherokee. It's like, what? I was like, this is why I say these things, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, Prime example, the three guys in China. All right, we got the guy in the middle, who was exceptionally light. He was this color, so he's damn sure mixed. And then you got the two discolored brown people, and they done went over to China and got some fucking Louis Vuittons. Now, it wasn't too long before that, someone else black did something stupid. And every time someone black does something stupid, it reflects on black people. Now, without offending people who are not black, which means if you're white or if you're Asian, you don't ever have this problem of, most of the time, your people doing something and you being completely and totally offended about it. Where when black people do something for black Americans, especially black Americans, it reflects every black person. And then you'll have people say, "Well, there's a difference between black people and niggers." I was like, let me tell you something. No matter how you try to slice that, there's nothing polite about saying there's a difference between black people and niggers. There really isn't, because one way or another, the same black person that you assume is just a black person will have a nigger moment, and then you'll be like, well, see, now that motherfucker's a nigger. He's no longer a black person. So why did I say that? Because I've had people come up to me with that too. It's like, so you're not all the way black. Um, so how do you feel about black people? I said, well, it depends on the day, because most black people are okay until one of us does something stupid. Now, like like I said before in other videos, I've had problems going into stores trying to shop. Now, I don't know if it was because they thought I was black or if they thought I was Mexican, but I've had issues going into stores to shop. I've had store detectives follow me until I actually bought something, and I've literally had to go and pull money out of my pocket and shake it in their face and let them know, look, I have fucking money. I'm not a thief, and I'm not going to cut you. I have fucking money. Alright? Now I'm sure you guys, Mexicans probably caught that, because Mexicans have a reputation for cutting people. Okay? That's just a stereotype. I know a few Mexicans. They're very nice people. Alright? Let's get that out the way. Now, I did a video about Miss Shim, and I know Asian people. They're very nice people. In fact, they might go down in history as the most politest people on the planet until you piss them the fuck off. Now, don't get them twisted. Not every Asian knows Kung Fu, and not every Asian is going to beat your ass. Just like not every black guy is a fucking thug and wants to beat you or rape you every time you see them. And why did I bring that up? Because we're doing an identity crisis video. Well, I don't really have too many identity crises racially, but other people have them when they approach me. And I brought that up because of the lady many, many years ago that walked across the street to the black side of the street to get away from me, and then come right back over to where the Amtrak station is and keep going. And yeah, my dumb ass said something because I was in my 20s, and I thought that that was completely disrespectful. She was hot, but I'm not going to rape her in the middle of the fucking daytime. I'm not going to rape her at all, but I'm pretty sure that's what she was assuming, because she didn't know if I was black or if I was white or if I was Mexican. So she probably thought that I was some kind of asshole that was going to do something exceptionally dangerous. And see, it's acts like that that causes racial identity too. Because that day I was like, if my skin would have been white, would she have walked away, out of the way, to get past me? Or would she walk past me and said hi? You know, I mean, she seen me coming. When I was at Amtrak, she was at the Zion's Church, right there on West Main Street. By the time I was getting halfway to where she was, she literally got in the crosswalk, darted across the street, walked up to where Mel's is. By the time I got to where she was crossing the street again to get back to the way she was going. And that hurt my feelings. I mean, that literally hurt my fucking feelings. And that gave me an identity crisis of wishing that I was not black, because that shit really fucking hurt my feelings. And then there were times where there were girls that I really was interested in, but they were raised kind of racist, and they weren't allowed to date out their race. Now, they might not have been racist, so let me make that statement correctly. They might not have been racist, but they might have had parents that would prefer them to marry their own kind. Hopefully that was politically correct, and if not, grow up. So, because there have been many a times with many a girls where I wish that I was white, because I've talked to them, and they were like, you know, the only reason I can't date you is because you're not white. Now, I've had that discussion. I honestly, truly had the discussion with very beautiful white girls who, if I had just been either full-blooded Cherokee or white, I would have been able to date them. I've had racial identity crises there, because I was like, God damn, I wish I would have just been born white. You know, if I'd have been light as my brother or light as my mother, I would have an issue in this world, because I would be passing as white, or I would be passing as in secret white Asian man. Alright, but I have yellow skin, high yellow, and I'm proud of my Cherokee heritage. So, there are days where I am not proud of my black heritage. So I basically live with a racial identity crisis day in and day out. And apparently, I'm about to hit the 15-minute mark again, so I'm gonna make another video to finish this off. Alright? Now, you know, if these videos are offending you guys, you know, you don't have to watch them. But you can't learn if you don't ask questions. So we'll go with the next video about some of the lewd ass questions that I've asked. But if you've seen the first video and you read down that list, if you have something you want me to address from that video, then, shoot me a letter or whatever. Or hit me up on Facebook. If you have my YouTube, then you have my Facebook, and that will give me another topic that I can make, because I really would rather be making kung fu movies right now, but that is not a fucking option. So I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Thank you. Be ready for the next video.